Om Sai Ram. Now I will do the history of the Saand family of Rahata. As I said previously, Baba rarely left Shirdi in his physical body. However, he did go to Nemgaon, Rahata and Rui. At Rahata, he would visit the house of Chandrabhan and Kushalchand, Saand. They were Marwadis and were residents of Rajasthan. Chandrabhan's father, Shivram, came to Rahata and made it his home, and hence they were called the Rahatekars. He was a businessman and he had 3 sons. The eldest was Ramchandra, the next was Chandrabhan, and the youngest was Brijchandra. He had named his business Shivram Ramchandra Saand. This was there till 1929. They were very affluent people. They had vast areas of land, which was about 2,000 acres of land. They had cotton mills in various parts of Maharashtra. They had mills in Jalna, Selu, Vambore, Yevla, and they had cotton factories at the Ahmednagar Cotton Trading Post. Thus, they were very affluent. Though they were affluent, they were very kind and courteous and humble. Chandrabhan, his date of birth is not known. However, he was also very affluent and he helped with the business a great deal. But he was very sad as he had 3 wives and no children. Yet he was so devoted to Baba that he never asked Baba to bless him with a child. Oh, what incredible faith and devotion this was. It was Kushalchand who was upset and worried about his uncle. He asked Baba to bless Chandrabhan with a son. And in 1903, a son called Amol Chand was born. And he survived till the ripe old age of 74. Amol Chand says that Baba stayed at Rahata in the Chowdi and at the Maruti Mandir, which is right adjacent to their home, prior to coming to stay in Shirdi. Then Baba stayed in Shirdi for 60 years till he took Mahasamadhi. Chandrabhan, after living a very fruitful, happy life, passed away on 13th December 1911. I will talk about Kushalchand. Kushalchand was the nephew of Chandrabhan, and Baba loved Kushalchand just as much as he loved Chandrabhan. He was born in 1853. Kushalchand, though not very well educated, was a shrewd businessman, and under his regime, the business flourished and they became even more affluent than what they were. Kushalchand loved Baba a great deal and Baba reciprocated his love. Oftentimes, Baba would go to Rahata and visit them there. If Baba couldn't go, as one says in the Charitra, he sent Dikshit to go and fetch Kushalchand. There at Rahata, Kushalchand gets a dream wherein Baba asks him to come to Shirdi. This happens while Dikshit is midway. So they both meet and Dikshit tells him that Baba has asked him to fetch him so that he can come to Shirdi. Then Kushalchand sits in the bullock cart along with Dikshit and comes to Shirdi. As is written in the Charitra, that Baba would go to Rahata. At first he would go to the field and then he would go to the home. I often used to wonder how Baba would let the Saand family know that he's coming to Rahata when there was no mobile phones, there was no telecommunication of any sort, there was no electronic media that he could inform him at. What Baba did was that he would go to the field and sit below a tree, which is now called the Kalpa Vraksh, because Baba sat under it. This tree is of the species called Adnan digitata, and it is said that the fruit of this tree is magnetic because if two fruit touch each other, they join together and grow as one. This place is now marked off and they have an idol of Baba installed there and they have padukas. This is on your left-hand side while you're going to Rahata, just before the Ves or the gate entering into Rahata village. It is a must-see place. Then Baba would sit there and send a messenger to get the Seth, and then the Seth would come and take him in procession to his home. When he would take him home, he would seat him very comfortably, give him a bolster to rest his back, do puja archa. Then he would offer him platters filled with fruit. However, Baba did not eat the fruit or the savories and the confectionery that he offered. All Baba did was to have a piece of roti and some milk. Then after having a pleasing conversation, he would return back to Shirdi. However, there are two views on this. The Charitra says that Baba would go to Rahata and Kushalchand would welcome him and take him in procession around the village to his home. However, B.V. Dev and Swami Sharanand say that the people of Shirdi, the devotees, would go by bullock cart and they would park the bullock cart near the side of the river. This river has now become a stream which is rather dirty and there is a bridge on top of it. And this is just prior to entering the village of Rahata. They would park there, then the devotees would take Baba in procession and Kushalchand would come out of his house and welcome Baba, and then there would be a grand procession of about 1,000 people and they would go around the village and then go to his home. The villagers would return to their work, and when Baba was leaving, again they would take him in procession up to the gate of the village, and then the devotees like Dikshit, Bapu Sahib Jog, Mrs. Jog, Swami Sharanand and all would be seated in their bullock carts and come back to Shirdi. There is another interesting fact to be noted here. Kushalchand's son, Daulat Ram, says that he saw Baba in Ahmednagar along with Jawahar Ali. Jawahar Ali was an awliya, and in their factory in Nagar, they have a picture of him. Jawahar Ali also came to Rahata and he stayed there. However, there was some disagreement between the villagers and him, and so he left. Later, he came to Shirdi and he behaved as if he was the Guru and Baba was his chela. Baba, being totally humble, went along with it and did all kinds of menial labor. He washed Jawahar Ali's clothes and he looked after him and took care of him, just like what a disciple would do for his guru. There is an unfortunate fact that happened after Baba took Mahasamadhi. Just after he took Mahasamadhi, there were two groups of fractions that happened in Shirdi. The Muslims wanted to build a dargah as they considered Baba an awliya, while the Hindus wanted to respect Baba's wish to be carried to Buttiwada and to be laid there. So there was a split between the devotees gathered there. At this point, it was unfortunate that Kushalchand agreed with the Muslims as he thought that Baba was a Muslim awliya and he wanted to have a dargah built for Baba. However, finally, a plebiscite was taken, and then the votes of the people who wanted to honor Baba's wish and be taken to Buttiwada came up much more. And then Baba's wish to be in Buttiwada was fulfilled. He passed away exactly a month after Baba took Mahasamadhi. Baba took Mahasamadhi on the 15th of October, that is on the Sera day, and Kushalchand passed away a month later, that is on Bhai Dooj, that is the 15th of November 1918. There are many things that one can learn from the lives of these devotees. Here we see that Baba has equality of vision. It did not bother him that they were Marwadi Jains and they worship Lord Mahavir. He had equality of vision and he respected and wanted them to follow their own religion. The Saand family also did not worry about Baba being a Hindu or a Muslim or whatever. They loved him and they respected him and honored him in every which way that they could. The other things that one can learn is that Chandrabhan, although he was devoted to Baba, did not ask for an offspring, a male child or any child. Unfortunately, every pregnancy that was there resulted either in a stillbirth or a miscarriage. Yet, he did not ask Baba because he knew that Baba was omnipresent, omniscient, and the Almighty. And Baba would give him what he needed. It was Kushalchand who asked Baba to give his uncle a son. And as we see, Amol Chand was born. The other things is that when Baba went to their home in Rahata, they honored him and took him in procession around the village. This shows how much of love and dedication they had towards Baba. These are some of the things that one can learn from their lives. With this, I conclude the story of the wonderful Saand family of Rahata. Om Sai Ram.